So 2020 and 2021 it's a phase that I look into the lockdown. Now I live in I can't say live in I currently reside in Victoria, Melbourne, Australia, where the whole world knows about lockdown, the most severe, the zero COVID policy. Now, of course, right now as we're speaking, China is the one who's doing the zero COVID policy. But Melbourne was the world head title. If you search up Wikipedia now, uh, besides China lockdown, Victoria has Melbourne has the longest lockdown. One of the countries out there has the longest lockdown. Which on the list there's South American countries as well. As the first world country with the severe lockdown and one of the longest day. The reflection of part of it is to see now that many businesses has closed down, many people who struggle. One thing that I do not understand why is we have the Labour Party who just won. And that the leader of the Labour Party was the one who listened to people below him and to introduce the severe lockdown. With that, I don't know how many days was, but we were in lockdown for the entire year. That's what I can tell you right now. So it does not make sense for that party to win massively over to the opposite party. It just shows in Melbourne, if there's World War III tomorrow and it causes by that particular government or the federal government, Victoria will always be a Labour voter. Regardless what they do to your family, what they rip and everything, what they did, everything will always Labour. Seriously, in Victoria, they should really give up politics. Other independent company, you know, parties and other major parties, they should give up because it's never going to change. With the mental health, suicide, over exhausting the medical health profession, and as well with the hospital department, it just a lot more. Now, reflecting back on the lockdown, I'm pretty sure all of us will look at the same clip. The clip that came from China, that a woman who was standing still and out of nowhere, she fell on the ground. We see many of the video clips where many of the people who fell on the ground and couldn't compose themselves, or people say they're dropping dead. Well, obviously, when that video was released, all around the world was panic to see what people is. Today, as I'm speaking, I'm positive again, and it's good to look back to it. Do you see any of your friends and family who collapsed in that way? Or the public? The answer is no. Australia is probably one of the top 10 highest with the COVID 19 with the most cases because of the. I don't know how is this going to work, but to look back at it, it's a bit crazy to think about with all these strict measure and lockdown to go through. It was too hard. That was being gone through was pretty much useless to even think about it today. To reflect back on our lifestyle where everywhere is a zombie land, there's not many vehicles on the road. It's smooth traffic for all of us during that time. The business owners that I spoke to who survived, some of them who literally opened and trading throughout the period, who made them survive. Especially if my car broken down, mechanic or tire service only attend to my need if it's a good legitimate that's been towed away, that's severely broken down. They only deliver that sort of service on my vehicle, but not the entire population. The purpose on owners were getting punished to open their shop, slapping a large COVID fine for them to open the shop. Many of them who has lost all their workers. It was devastated. We were so used to the government stimulus package. To think back at it, click and collect was the most popular, to minimize the physical contact to get there. Online shopping was booming, right? The only way to get out is to get double jab, 80% of the population or 90% of the population. To get the herd immunity. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we currently reside in one of the top 10 countries that has the highest positive cases. We had the most ridiculous price and limitation stock on N95, hand sanitizer, rapid COVID tests. Those were on the list. 5 kilometers radius travel restriction. Restaurants, you're only allowed to have takeaway. You're not allowed to dine in. Shopping center barricaded all the seating arrangements. You only can take away. There's only certain stores that you can only attend to, which is the essential needs. For me, I was lucky that we had Costco within my 5K radius. Now my nephew is calling my name, so I have to end the video even sooner. So we have all that, and we live the lifestyle back to normal. And looking back at that life, it was dark and shady. We have not know when is us get back to normal life. And that was a lockdown. We were forced to be locked up. I remember when I was finishing work and on my way home, I was ordering, a drive-through through a fast food. Police would pull me over, and they gave me a warning. If they ever see me again, I'll get $5,000 fine. I was on my way home. So apparently I have to order my food during my work, not after work. So Uber Eats was high demand. Till this day, I don't understand why housing prices were spiked after the lockdown. Everyone just went on buying houses. Well, obviously now it's different because of the 8 or 9 consecutive months be increasing interest rate. Everyone scratches their head. What else can I say? Oh yeah, the COVID testing, PCR, not the rapid COVID test. The normal testing, PCR, is a long, massive queue. For me, it took me more than 2 hours to get my COVID test. And to get my result took more than 4 or 5 days to show that I was positive. It was a limbo. In my workplace stated that if I work in this this suburb, I have to be isolated because they find cluster of positive in that area. There was, positive on news destroying business one by other, claiming positive confirmed case or close contact. It destroyed businesses that they didn't deserve. So that's the video.